Goku asks Whis if he is the strongest angel, and the angel's answer completely changes the Saiyan's perception of the angelic race. Whis says he already told Goku this, and the Saiyan says he doesn't remember. Whis then reminds him of when he explained about Daishinkan's strength. Goku then rephrases the question, asking which of Daishinkan's children is the most powerful, and the angel explains to the Saiyan that the older an angel is, the more experienced and powerful they are. Goku then asks if Campari, the angel of Universe 3, is the strongest, since he is apparently the oldest, and Whis laughs and tells Goku that he is not the oldest. He also tells the Saiyan not to judge angels by their appearance, because the older an angel is, the younger their appearance is, using Daishinkan as an example, who seems to be the youngest of all and is the most powerful. Goku says that can't be, and asks if the most powerful is Kusu from Universe 11, and Whis says that exactly. She is the oldest of the children of Daishinkan and the strongest of them all, and takes the opportunity to say that Vados is also stronger than him, among some other angels. After attempting to strike Whis and failing miserably, Vegeta asked about his training before becoming an angel. Beerus appears and says that finally someone asked an interesting question, while Whis simply smiles and begins to explain. He reveals that the Grand Priest's training was very similar to what Goku and Vegeta currently do on Beerus's planet, but at a much more rigorous level. Whis recounts that he spent years training movement control, speed, reflexes, and especially the ability to act without thinking. Vegeta immediately realizes that this is directly related to Ultra Instinct, and Whis confirms, saying that the Grand Priest demanded absolute perfection from all angels. Beerus then comments that Whis was obsessed with surpassing his brothers since childhood, and the angel admits that he trained day and night trying to impress his father. Vegeta remains silent for a few seconds, until Whis looks at him and says that everything he taught the Saiyans was only a small part of the true training of the angels. Whis had never done this before, until Goku asked him if angels constantly use Ultra Instinct. Vegeta is surprised and Beerus falls silent. Whis then explains that, for angels, the state is as natural as breathing, and that they practically never need to activate the technique like mortals do. Goku is impressed and asks what would happen if Whis simply deactivated it for a few seconds. The angel gives a small smile and says he will show him. Whis also says that Daishinkan can't even dream of it or he will be a dead angel, but since Goku was the only mortal to master UI, he deserves this privilege. For a moment, Whis completely lowers his guard. At that same moment, Goku feels an absurd change and realizes he can strike the angel if he wants. Vegeta's eyes widen as he notices that Whis' presence seems much more normal without UI active. But before they could understand anything else, Whis activates his technique again, disappears from in front of the two, and reappears behind them, saying that even an angel feels strange fighting that way. Beerus tells Goku that this is the difference between using UI and living in it. Goku asks Whis who the strongest angel of all is. Vegeta crosses his arms, curious, while Beerus observes in silence, and Champa starts laughing, saying it's clearly Vados. Out of nowhere, Vados appears and agrees, teasing her brother. Whis then smiles and says that strength isn't so simple to measure among angels. Goku insists, wanting a direct answer, and it's at this moment that the angel reveals that he has trained directly under the Grand Priest's supervision for longer than anyone else. Vegeta is surprised, but Vados retorts that experience doesn't mean superiority. Whis then faces everyone and says that, in a real fight, what defines the strongest is who never makes a mistake, and affirms that he has never made a single mistake in battle. The atmosphere becomes heavy, Champa stops laughing, and even Beerus becomes serious. Goku smiles excitedly, realizing that, at that moment, Whis has just revealed much more than he should have. Goku asks Whis if, besides breaking angelic laws, there's any other way for an angel to die. The angel from the 7th universe says that no one has ever asked that before, and reveals to the Saiyan that yes, there is. Goku asks how, and Whis asks him if it isn't obvious. Goku says no, and then the angel explains that an angel's life isn't independent. Besides being controlled by the Grand Priest who dictates whether an angel will live or not, they also depend on the lives of the gods of destruction. Goku asks if his life is linked to Beerus's in the same way Beerus's is linked to the Supreme Kai's. Whis replies that it's not in the way he imagines, because the death of a god of destruction doesn't cause the angel's death, but rather leaves them completely debilitated, incapable, and inactive in the universe. The angel practically becomes useless and almost in a vegetative state. Goku is startled, and Whis says he expected that reaction and continues, saying that the angel waits for a new, compatible god of destruction to appear so that they can return. It can't be just anyone. It has to be someone needs to coordinate with the angel to avoid conflict between them. Goku asks Whis where the angel stays while he waits for this new god of destruction to appear. It seemed like just another normal day until Goku told Whis that he's no longer able to progress with the angel's training. Whis asked Goku what was happening, and the Saiyan replied that he felt stagnant. He saw everyone around him evolving, Vegeta with Ultra Ego, and now Frieza in his black form, which made him feel like he was falling behind. Whis said he understood and asked where Goku was going with this. The Saiyan replied that he would ask Grand Priest and Zeno to train him. Beerus, who had been listening to the conversation, told Goku that this was absurd and that he shouldn't do it, because if he dared, Zeno might erase him from existence. Goku said he wouldn't know if he didn't risk it, and pressed the Omni King button. Upon arriving there, he explained the situation to Grand Priest, and the father of the angel said that to train with Zeno, he first needed to endure the Grand Priest's training. Goku accepted the challenge, and then Grand Priest presented him with his suit, saying it suited Goku very well. After training Goku, Daishinkan told Zeno that he noticed something about the Saiyan that perplexed him. Curious, Zeno asked the Grand Priest what frightened him, and Daishinkan replied that he always knew Goku had immense potential, but what he saw there went beyond any expectation. Zeno asked if he adapted quickly to the Grand Priest's power, and Daishinkan replied that that's exactly it. The way he adapted and evolved in battle is as if his powers were limitless. Zeno was intrigued and said that this was impressive but also worrying, and asked the Grand Priest what else bothered him. The Grand Priest explains that he noticed Goku was having fun while fighting him, even without being able to lay a finger on him, as if he were toying with the power of the gods, and that's terrifying. After all, the stronger your opponent, the faster they surpass you, and at this rate, one day they could even challenge us, the supreme beings. Zeno becomes thoughtful and asks if the Grand Priest is afraid of him, and the Grand Priest replies that he is, saying that Goku is not just any mortal, he is a phenomenon and totally unpredictable, and it's impossible to know how far this might take him. Daishinkan tells Zeno that he needs to speak with him alone, away from future Zeno and his guards. Zeno asks why, and the Grand Priest says it's not the time to discuss. Future Zeno is confused and questions why he wasn't included in the conversation. Daishinkan replies that everything is fine and that he doesn't need to worry. Present Zeno then sits alone with the Grand Priest and asks what he wants. Daishinkan says he'll be direct and reveals that future Zeno needs to disappear because the present is taking a completely different turn than planned. Zeno asks what he means by that, and Daishinkan replies that before future Zeno appeared, the Omni King intended to erase most of the existing universes due to the imbalance between them. However, after Goku brought future Zeno, everything changed, and they even agreed to hold a tournament to give these universes a second chance to save themselves. At the moment, everything may seem fine and normal, but this won't last long before the entire present timeline is disrupted. This is a collapse, considering that the other 6 universes erased in the past have also been restored. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like so you don't miss the sequel of this story.